Information is inspiration. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sitting outside of our food forest. We grow 90% of our own food on our 11-acre homestead. That's an outdoor kitchen. You can barely see it right there through all this food lusciousness. But that's the outdoor kitchen that I built. Man, there's a story behind that. We have some videos about it, and you can almost see me pass out. I got heat stroke, and I'd never laid concrete before. It's a big story, but so you might want to think about one of those outdoor kitchens if you're going to go off grid, or even if you live on grid. It's a great way to take the heat out of the house, have your air conditioner work less, save on your electric bills, have a great place to process food in the summertime. And we hang out in there quite a bit. When company comes over, there's a big table, lots of chairs. It's just a nice little place to hang out. It's a very social place, and that's why we built it, right? So that's our outdoor kitchen. We also process a lot of our food there. All this food that you see growing around me here, tomatoes and zucchinis and peppers and blah 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 blah, all that stuff is fermented. My wife takes it out of the garden and then we ferment it. That's our process of choice for saving food. It lasts 6 months to a year, keeps all the enzymes, keeps the food alive, and there's lots of great reasons why you should be looking into fermenting. My wife has a whole playlist on fermenting. If you want to go check it out, just hit the picture of us down there and then go to the home page, and you'll see a little tab that says playlists, and on there we have the composting toilet playlist, how we live 100% off rainwater. It's raining today. We got 1.5 inches last night, 3 inches the day before. How we grow 90% of our own food. I mean, all the stuff is on there for you guys, for you to learn from. So today I thought it would be interesting if we learned a new word together. Cool? Today's new word is eugenics, right? Maybe some of you have never heard this word before, but this is what the word stands for.
Here's the definition of eugenics: the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. Developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race, eugenics was increasingly discredited as unscientific and racially biased during the 20th century. Especially after the adoption of its doctrines by the Nazis in order to justify their treatment of Jews, disabled people, and other minority groups.
Before we get started, I want to recap yesterday's video, and I want to talk about, I was clearly stating two differences. One was going to your private physician or private place to have your blood drawn and all this stuff, okay? It's a little more of a controlled environment versus standing in long lines to some person you have no clue where any of this stuff is going and you're just submitting. Right? So just in case anyone had a problem with that or couldn't figure that part out. Some of these videos, I mean, I'm kind of being direct with you guys, and it seems like you're getting lost in there a little bit. So I'll try to be more precise, and I'll try to slow down. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm reading the comments all the time because I want to know what you guys are thinking about all this stuff too, right? Because, we're stronger together in that sense, right, of community, but we're also stronger as individuals. See, it's like a dichotomy there. It's like a double-edged sword. You can't stay a hermit, right? We need each other, but at the same time, I don't need you lording over me and bossing me. That's why our country was so great and formed the way it was formed, because they had already been through all the experiences that we're basically going through now. So today's word is eugenics. We're going to learn a new word today. So there's actually a group of elites, right, on the globe that we're on right now, who believe that the globe is overpopulated and then they're basically in charge, or their duty is to thin the herd, so to speak, right? Now, one of the great eugenics persons was Margaret Sanger, right? Now, Margaret Sanger, hold on. Who is Margaret Sanger?
According to Wikipedia, Margaret Higgins Sanger, also known as Margaret Sanger Slee, was an American birth control activist, sex educator, writer, and nurse.
They try to fluff her up a little bit there, but she basically started Planned Parenthood. And all you have to do is just do some research, and you can find out that Planned Parenthood was set up to be put into low-income neighborhoods, especially the colored folks, the black folks, right? And so they could basically kill their babies so they would not repopulate. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before. These are stone cold facts, you guys. I'm bringing you guys daily the stone cold facts, right? Now, on the last video, we talked about the DNA stuff. That could be, it could just be my theory on you standing in that line and giving your DNA to a total stranger and where it goes from there, okay? That's a theory, right? But this stuff, this is stone cold facts, right? So there's still a group of people that believe that they need to thin the herd. And so when Joe Biden was on the stump, right, basically stumping to his base, getting him riled up because the Roe versus Wade thing got switched, right? It didn't really get switched, but basically the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, put the power back to the states, which is where it should be, right? So they put the power back to the states, and now the states can make the decisions on how they want to address this issue, right? So take it up at your state level. Also, I don't want my federal tax dollars going for that stuff, right? So I was glad that the feds got their nose out of it, right? And immediately they started shutting down all those Planned Parenthood things. And the whole name Planned Parenthood is a farce, because when you go there, they only plan to kill that fetus, that baby, right? That's all they plan to do. So today's word was eugenics. So when you think about yesterday's video, and you can try to, I'm drinking some of my chocolate tea too. Did you guys know the best way to keep in touch with us is to go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. You can sign up on our newsletter. We keep in touch with you there. You get some chocolate tea that we have. It's very yummy. It's great on a morning like this. Got a little sprinkles still going on. A little commercial interruption there. Yeah, you guys can look all this stuff up. It's right there at your fingertips. Also, I wanted to be clear about yesterday's video. I like these recaps a little bit. I wanted to touch on a base. When a scientist wants to do an experiment or test viral loads or any kind of thing like that, they have to basically put a call out to the public, and then they have to entice them with $100 or $200 or some kind of bonus lunch or something snappy to get them to accept the... You guys have all had this happen to you, I'm pretty sure. They used to do it at the malls and stuff. They would ask you these questions and we'll give you this free thing. So same thing with doctors. If they want to do something like that, they have to put a request out to the general public, and then you voluntarily come and take that request. And this takes a long time, right? Like years to just study like one little thing. So the point was, now that they have you guys for free showing up in masses, dumping all your DNA on them, now they have so much information so fast. That's all I was saying. There's no telling where it would go. Now, circling back to today's word is eugenics. Then you start to think about if they can DNA a, virus or something to get you, right, off of your DNA. Now it's like connecting the dots. Okay, so all I'm trying to say is you guys need to be vigilant out there. Protect your privacy. Don't just, trust people right off the bat. Let them earn your trust, right? I remember growing up as a kid, they said respect is not given, it's earned, right? How did we get away from all that stuff? So I thought today's word was pretty good, right? And you can look, this is all available for any one of you, poor, rich, dumb, smart, overachiever, whatever you are. You can actually go look this information up and verify it for yourself, right? Because I promise you, I'm not dumping any bad stuff on you. Everything's solid. That's why they want you to forget your past also, right? Like, they basically have taken, I remember my mom telling me stories real quick before you go. When she was a kid, they used to have like civics at school. Like you had to actually learn how the government worked, how Congress worked, and you had to have a test. And if you couldn't test out of it, you couldn't advance to the next grade. Don't you guys find it odd that they take that stuff out of school? You don't learn home economics anymore. I remember when I went to school, which was after her, right, the next generation. I mean, I learned how to sew and how to cook, home economics, I took that class because that's where the girls were. But I did learn that stuff. That was, plus my mom was a single mom. I have so many stories, but my mom was a single mom, so we had to fend for ourselves quite a bit. Anyways, I just want to bring that word to your attention in case you've never heard of it before. The government in our country, the United States of America, has a long history of putting experiments on our people and not working out so well, right? They have a long history of messing with our firearms, right? Like selling them off to other people called, what was the name of that thing? That gun runner thing Obama did, and he got busted cold turkey. So right, just be careful out there. Stay vigilant. Keep watching videos that are going to advance your goals. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to be self-sufficient? Do you want to rely on yourself? Do you want to build community in your area where you live, where everyone's counting on each other? Start shopping more local. Start asking more questions. Start being more involved. Or do you just like where you're at right now, not knowing what's up, not having a neighbor friend, not having anyone to talk to? Right? Not moving forward, not advancing, completely relying on the system that can totally tell you what to do at any old whim. And I'm going to close off on this one last thing, okay? Because we did get some comments about this. If you stayed to the end, you're interested. You guys were leaving comments about some of those people had to wear the mask or get the, because it was their job, right? We don't ever tell you guys to do stuff we wouldn't do. Stacy was faced with the same stuff, y'all. Okay, she was a teacher for almost 35 years. She worked with all these people, okay, and built a business teaching kids, right, and teaching seniors. And when all this stuff came down, right, you have to stand for something or you will fall for everything, okay? And when all this stuff came down, and not even knowing how we were going to do it, right, but we know it's not right, right? So we can't contribute to it, right? So we put our foot down. She quit her job and we walked in faith, right? So here we are. I'm talking about that again. We were led. We walked in faith. We knew it wasn't right. We stopped it on our end. That's the best we can do. And now here we are, and we're enjoying the fruits of that. Our channel grew more. You know, everything is better, okay? That's the best I can tell you. So you guys just stay vigilant. Right? Don't use the word safe anymore. Stay vigilant. I'll see you guys on the next video. Remember that word eugenics, you know, and remember what Ronald Reagan said. These are the words that you should fear the most, right? I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to drink this chocolate tea. I got tons of stuff to do. We're trying to get this woodlot put together in this rain. I'm going to bring all this stuff to you. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up, so don't go anywhere, all right? We'll see you guys in a little bit. OffGridWithDougAndStacy.com for that chocolate tea. Other cool stuff, too. We write articles there, too, so we'll see you later.
Did you guys know that in the 16, 17, and 1800s, chocolate was consumed as a beverage? There was no such thing as a chocolate candy bar. Well, we're bringing chocolate tea back to the 21st century because it's loaded with antioxidants our body loves, and it's a great source of magnesium that's wonderful for bone and heart health. It's a great addition to your coffee machine or your French press, or just along with your favorite sweetener. You can find it on offgridwithdougandstacy.com, along with our brand new tea infuser, simple to use for easy steeping. Cheers!